friends, how are you all doing? Let me hope you all are doing fine. I am fine too, I thank God. Welcome back to my channel. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much for returning back here. Thank you for your love and your support. I really appreciate much. But if it is your first time here on this channel, hello, welcome to my channel. Please, before you leave, remember to subscribe. And when you subscribe, YouTube automatically will turn on the notification bell so that whenever I upload a new video, you will be the first one to be notified. So please do that, and thank you so much. So dear friends, in our today's video, we are going to be having a story time. Actually guys, it is a continuation of Sante's love story. A Zambian lady who found love on online dating site after 8 years of searching, after facing lots of challenges in her past love relationship. So we are going to be starting from where we stopped last time. We stopped whereby Sante gave birth to a cute baby boy. After all those dramas of the mother-in-law, after the mother-in-law and the husband not bringing her any food, but her midwife kept on feeding her with pure juice. So dear friends, Sante tells us in the next morning, her husband came to the hospital. And you know, as a woman, you're there imagining when your husband comes, he's gonna be happy to see the son. And some women think that that's the time your man will change. If he has been very toxic to you before, now you have the baby, he's going to appreciate and start treating you good. So her husband arrives in the hospital and looks at Sante and her son, never said anything than, "Let's go home." He did not come close to be like, "Oh, let me see the baby, hold the baby, show that, oh wow, I am so happy to see my son." Nothing like that. So when he told Sante, "Let's go home," he meant that Sante should walk by foot till home with her newborn baby. But Sante told him, "Due to the way I feel, the way I am, I just had lots of stitches after labor, I cannot walk by foot with my newborn baby to home. Please call a cab." And her husband responded, "I don't have money to order for a cab." Some guys. And the mother-in-law was there watching everything, never said a word. So guys, when her midwife saw what was going on, you know, that conversation that Sante should walk by foot, came and told this Pastor John that no, this lady cannot walk by foot till home due to her condition. Yeah, you have to call a cab. And her mother-in-law, as a hypocrite as she is, came in, intervened, and was like, yeah, she cannot walk by foot, you know, due to the way she is, her condition, you have to call a cab. Supported what her midwife was saying, but before never said a word. So here Sante said that her mother-in-law never wanted to look bad to the midwife. That is why she intervened and was like, yeah, please call a cab. And that's how Sante's husband called a cab and they went back home. And Sante added that due to all that he was forced to book for a cab, he was super upset. It seemed like Sante and the son were a burden to him. He never cleared the bill at the hospital, so her son's under 5 card and the record of birth was not given to them. They told them, "You will collect it later, of course, after paying the bill." So guys, Sante goes back home and arriving home finds that Pastor John had bought new suits and shoes. That is what he could do whenever he could have money. But Sante had only 2 cotton clothes and a small blanket. Tells you had bought those while she was still working before she lost her job. But the husband kept on buying things, you know, outfits for himself so that when he preaches on Sunday at the church, all eyes are on him and he could tell people he is so blessed while back at home, his wife and his child have no clothes and food. What a man. She felt really, really sad. So Pastor John gives her back her phone. Remember, the phone that disappeared before she went to the hospital. So when they gave her back her phone, noticed that the mother-in-law and the husband had used all the airtime that was in that phone to call friends and family, but never called Sante's mom. Sante's mom back home kept on praying for her, kept on calling that number, kept on calling Pastor John, but no one responded back to her. So when she got her phone back, that's when she called her mom and told her that had delivered the baby boy and she is home. Sante's mom was really happy, told her, I am coming at your house. So when Pastor John heard that Sante's mom was going to visit them, he left home. Why did he leave home? He left home because he knew that when Sante's mom comes, would want to take Sante and the child with her, but can't take Sante and the child with her without asking him for permission. He is the husband. Yeah, that's our traditions, African traditions. You can't just leave home like that without asking permission from your husband. So Sante's mom arrives, and when she arrived, was super upset with Pastor John's mother. Yeah, like, why didn't you guys tell me that Sante was at the hospital? So she stayed there. They waited for Pastor John, but Pastor John never came back. Sante's mom decided to call him and told him that I want to go with Sante and the child at my house so that they can stay with me there for some time. I can take a good care of them. Guess what? Pastor John refused and was like, no, you are not taking her. I want her to stay at home. But Sante's mom told him, it's fine. If you don't want me to take her and the child at my house, I am going to stay here because your mom too is here. And here Sante tells you they had a very small house, 2-bedroom house. So imagine the mother-in-law is there, then her mom, Sante and the husband. The house was too small for all those people. So when Pastor John heard Sante's mom is going to remain at the house, that is when he was like, okay, you can go with them. And yeah, Sante was taken with her mother at their house. So guys, arriving at their house, Sante tells you was looking horrible and had lost so much weight due to the torture, the depression that she had before gave birth to her baby. So couldn't produce enough milk, so her mother could buy milk for the baby, and her sister Linda bought lots of clothes for the baby. Sante kind felt at peace being back home. So when Sante left with her mom, Pastor John and his mother changed the whole story. Accused Sante's mom that she took Sante because of the unfinished lobola. Remember, this guy was supposed to pay 8,000 Zambian kwachas as the bride price, but he paid 2,000 Zambian kwacha as the bride price, or lobola. Yeah. So they spread lies to people that, yeah, she took her because I did not finish the lobola. And people started talking very bad of Sante's mom, which wasn't true at all. So Sante kept on staying at her mom's place, but during all her stay, her husband never came to visit to see the baby or see Sante, not at all. This worried so much Sante's relatives. Whenever Sante could try to call the husband never picked her calls, never responded to her messages. Few times that he could respond, could tell her, stop bothering me. So she kept staying at her mom's place, but people kept talking very, very bad of Sante's mom. To an extent, Sante's uncle begged Sante's mom that, you know what, they are accusing you of taking her because of the lobola. Please take Sante back to her husband's house. Oh my goodness. Sante tells you will never forget that day cause felt rejected. Her mom came and told her, Sante, you have to go back to your husband's place. Sante was like, Mom, why? But the mom told her that it is for the best. But another mistake that I think Sante did was not to tell her mother what Pastor John did to her while she was pregnant, because her mom was in the dark. So yeah, forced Sante to go back to her husband. That evening, her uncle came, accompanied Sante to her husband's house, was crying all the way. So guys, when they arrived at Sante's husband's house, which is her house, it was already at night and they found him home. But this guy never bothered to come out and greet Sante's uncle, which was strange to Sante's uncle. But he knew that these people were fighting and maybe the husband is still angry at what her sister did to take Sante. So the uncle left, and when he left, Sante entered inside, went to the bedroom to put everything in order, her things, and guess what? Found out that Pastor John has changed his wardrobe completely, had bought new suits, new shoes. Oh goodness, she was super angry, looked at herself, was looking so horrible, while the husband was busy changing the wardrobe. So what Sante decided to do, this is an Afro cinema, she took all the suits and soaked them with the baby's clothes, which had the oh my God, told Pastor John, today I am going to kill. They really had a huge fight. Sante went, picked the knife, and started threatening Pastor John that today I am going to kill you. You have to tell me today what I and my son did to you to deserve all of this. Oh my goodness, Pastor John was super scared, started telling her, you are running mad, and called the landlord, please come help me. This lady wants to kill me. So the landlord came and they calmed her down. They took the knife from her, and that night Pastor John never slept at home, left Sante at home, slept at his brother's house, and in the morning called the police on her that she attempted to kill him. But guys, this whole situation of Sante taking a knife, threatening the husband, it was all the work of the devil. The devil wanted to destroy Sante's life. But we thank God that this lady was so prayerful, would talk to God whenever she is in trouble. At that time, yes, the devil was at work, but Sante was under God's protection. That is why she did not push on and make a tragedy that could have destroyed her life forever. Yeah, so we should always be prayerful, because if you are very prayerful, God will always protect you at any time, every day. This is what I believe. So guys, when that incident happened, Pastor John stopped completely to talk to Sante and started telling people that Sante was an evil woman. So their mutual friends were on his side, the church members were on his side. He made Sante look so evil. Sante sat down and saw that she was starting to lose her mind. That is when she focused on praying. She prayed and prayed, prayed for herself and prayed for her son. So during that time, he also started stopping her from seeing her parents. But Sante tells you that no, did not listen to him, made sure visited her mother and her dad every after 2 weeks, because remember, her dad was still sick. So dear friends, Sante tells you that one day, it was on a Sunday, and Pastor John had come back from work from the church, came with lots of people and expected Sante to cook for everyone as always. But that day, Sante wanted to go and see the dad at the hospital because his condition was really bad. So told Pastor John to give her the transport to go to the hospital. But Pastor John told her I don't have any money. I cannot sit down, cook for these people. I have to go see my dad. Every word that Sante told Pastor John seemed not to work to make him give her the transport. So eventually decided to take her son, put her on the back, the African way, walked to the hospital. Arriving at the hospital, saw the dad. The dad was really, really ill. So stayed at the hospital with the dad for some hours and later returned back home. When she returned back home, that same evening, her mom called her to give her the bad news that her dad is normal. Oh my God. Sante cried so much, but was kind, happy at heart that was able to see the dad for the last time. Imagine if she could have listened to Pastor John. That means Sante couldn't have made it to say goodbye to the dad. I'm getting so emotional. Some men can turn to be your worst nightmare. So Sante's son was born in August 2014. That same year, lost her dad. So after getting the news, had to go home, for the funeral preparations. So Sante goes at her parents' house for the funeral preparations, and Pastor John came and stayed only one day. In our African society, if your husband does something like that, people talk a lot. And if you are the wife, it's an embarrassment to you. So obviously, Sante was so embarrassed of what everyone was saying about the husband staying only one day at her dad's funeral. And for us, you can wait for even a week if you are not Muslims. Only Muslims I see in Africa, someone passes away today. If it is in the morning, that same day, buried. But if someone passes away at night, within 24 hours should be buried. But for us Christians, it can wait even to a week. People will keep coming, to give their condolences to the family for the whole week. If you're so close to the family, you will stay there for the whole week. Yes, you can go home, do what you have to do, but in the evening, you come there. You stay there maybe till late night, go back home. If you have a job, you will go to work, but in the evening, you will go to that house, stay there, comfort them for the loss. So imagine this guy never did that, stayed for only one day. So they kept on with the preparations for the funeral, and Sante tried to call the husband, couldn't get him on the phone, decided to call the landlord's wife. So when she called the landlord's wife, wanted to convey a message to him. And that's when that landlady was super surprised that Sante was looking for the husband, because the husband had not been seen at his house for the whole week. Told them he was at Sante's dad's funeral. Oh my God, Sante too was shocked. So guys, Sante tells you that even on the burial day, this guy, the so-called husband, never helped with anything. The only thing he could do was to shout at her. Imagine guys, someone that just lost the dad. The guy is busy shouting at her. So everything ended. They went back home to their house, but the guy kept on shouting at her, treating her bad. Sante had had enough. Things were here, and tells you couldn't care anymore. So whenever he could shout at her, Sante could respond back. This bothered a lot Pastor John. And you know the nature of toxic guys. They want you down. Whatever they say, you say yes or follow. When you start to put your foot on the ground, things change completely. So he was so bothered to an extent, told Sante, leave my house. Sante responded to him, great, let me pack my things and go. But he refused her to pack her things and go. So Sante left that house with her son and the Bible. So Sante left the house, and here was like when they got married, she entered that marriage with full of life, looking healthy. But at that time when she was leaving, had finished completely, was looking very horrible, from weighing 60 kgs to 38 kgs. Oh my God. Her long hair had fell off, with a son who didn't even have a father who cared for him. A lady who got married as a virgin but treated as a slave felt like a failure and was filled with shame and guilt. You know, I've got a chance to talk with lots of ladies. Most have been through their divorces, and I can tell you that when that marriage ends, the lady feels like a failure. Some even in their next relationships, when they find a guy, you find them keeping that guy even if he's not good, just because they don't want to go through the same process. They don't want to go through that situation whereby everything ends and she starts feeling like a failure. Yeah, I totally understand you guys, and I understand Sante. To feel like a failure, to be filled with so much shame and guilt. But if you're watching this video and you have been through a divorce, you have been through a relationship that later failed, never take it on yourself at all. Even through this love story, you will hear Sante telling you that after everything, had to learn from her mistakes. So instead of putting all the blame on you, get to learn from your mistakes. I said one time, when a relationship ends, think well. Don't be like, it was his fault, everything his fault, because you even allowing him to treat you the way he treated you, it was a mistake. So learn from it. Learn from every single thing, instead of lying on your bed and cry over and over again. If you date another guy, you were in a very toxic relationship, it ended, you date another guy, he turns out not to be the right guy, don't keep him just because this will be like an evidence that you are a failure. The first relationship failed, then the second failed. No, your happiness matters a lot. Let's continue with Sante's love story. So Sante tells you it was one thing after another. May lost her job, then her son in August came, November lost her dad. It was really a lot. So when she went back home, had to tell her mother everything, the truth of what Pastor John had put her through even when she was pregnant. And her mom vowed never to let her go back to her husband. So because Sante left everything, left only with the baby and the Bible, wanted her things back and the clothes for the baby. So called Pastor John, and whenever she could call him, go to the house, could find the house locked. And later, after trying by all means to get her things back but failed, decided to talk to the victim support. So when she went to their offices, right there they called him, but tells you that some women at that office were very judgmental, started telling her, how can you leave a man alone? Oh, there is no way a man can treat you like that. I don't know why. Even in Tanzania, there is this friend of mine, I even shared her love story here, but when she was struggling, because got a guy, he was a white guy, got her pregnant, and after that, that guy abandoned her. So she tried by all means to make that guy responsible to his child, but the guy wasn't supporting the son. Eventually, there is a time I remember, he said he can only manage to send her 20,000 Tanzanian shillings. Do you know how much is that? In euros or dollars, it's not even up to $10 or 10 euros. What can you do with that kind of money? So she went to the embassy, never helped, and eventually I decided to advise her to go to this ustawi wa jamii, the social work people there, so that they can see how they can help her. Arriving there, guys, The words they told her broke my heart because I was with that lady through it all. There is a time that baby didn't have even clothes to put on, could wear toned up clothes. A mixed kid with a father in Norway enjoying his life. So these people started telling her, oh, you people, when you see white guys, you just open your legs. Why did you open your legs to this white man? You thought maybe he was rich. You thought he was going to take care of you. Now see, he just abandoned you. Instead of helping her, oh my God, they started bullying her. It's sad. So when Sante talked about this, some lady judging her, I wasn't surprised at all. So yeah, when they summoned him, he came up with lies that Sante's mom was evil. He even misses Sante's father because he was very supportive. Oh my God, this guy will never stop lying. Eventually, the victim support couldn't do anything, told her, go to the court. So Sante decided to go to the local court. Arriving there, tells you, found this lady. She was very sympathetic, talked to her, and eventually called the husband to come the following day. So here, Sante says that in the court, the case is presented before everyone. And when Pastor John saw that, knew that people were going to hear Sante's side of the story. So he did not want people to know his true colors, to know who he is in reality, because he was just wearing a mask in front of everyone, including the church members, his followers. So the next day, yes, he came, but said he was unwell. They should fix the meeting the next day, but requested that it should be a private meeting, and he paid extra money for that. So he was granted that, and the following day they had a private session. He came with his aunt, and Sante came with her mom and a church friend, then the judges. So Sante explained her situation to the judges and tells you before she even finished, the judge stopped her and said, I have had enough. Just by looking at you, I can tell you have been tortured. So right now, I want you to go to his house, collect your things, and go to the high court because you have got a marriage certificate. So when the judges stopped Sante to keep talking, that they understand her situation just by looking at her, they can tell the lady has been through a lot. Then the husband tried to say something, bring up his lies, but the judges shouted at him, and that's how Sante managed to get her things. But going to his home, found that he had sold her fridge, her stove, and even some of her underwears were missing. But cause was in a hurry, never put so much thought into it. So even if Sante got her things back, she was still legally married to Pastor John. The divorce could only be done at the High Court in Lusaka, and she was told needed a lawyer to divorce. Also advised her to go to this institution called Legal Aid Clinic for Women. So tells you that this institution is meant to help women. With her case, tells you was not helped at all because most lawyers there, they started judging her instead of helping her, started questioning her, why are you divorcing at such a young age? But with Sante, that did not bother a lot, like listen to them, judging her, asking her stupid questions. Was like, for me, what I want is to get out of this situation and make Pastor John be responsible for his son. But nothing was done. It was stress after stress. Gave her some papers to take to her husband and make sure he signs them so that she has a proof he signed them. So you're going to ask yourself, did he sign those papers? Sante tells you he gave her hell, blocked her, kept on spreading lies, lost friends, most of their mutual friends could tell her, you are going to go to hell. Felt alone, was jobless, depressed. Oh my God, things were really hard on her. Even back home, things were really hard because they had just lost their dad. So she remembers during that period, they could have only one meal. They could cook nshima on firewood with beans, but pure beans, like only with salt, no cooking oil, nothing onions or whatsoever, and have that just for the day. Remember, she has a small child. Her sister, Linda, was living in another city, very far away. So during that period, the rest of her siblings turned to God. And most of the relatives never wanted anything to do with them. They were a laughing stock of that town. So in 2015, the High Court set the date for them to meet. And when that time came, they went. The husband went with his brother. They sat in front of the judges. And then the judge told them that according to the laws of Zambia, could only be granted the divorce after 2 years of separation. So they are supposed to stay in a separation for 2 good years in case they decide to reconcile. But that separation process, even here in Europe, they do that. Yeah, before you divorce, you have to be in that separation process. It's not that you wake up and you decide, I want to divorce, and then get your divorce. Hope we are learning something new. So in those 2 years of their separation, none of them was supposed to get married at all. It is against the laws. And the next date for the court was in 2017. So during that time, if they both still want to divorce, then they would be granted the divorce. And also, while at the court in 2015, the husband also tried to say that he was not giving the financial help because Sante denied the access to his child. So that is why he refused to give any money. Sante tells you was quiet, never wanted to talked whenever the judge asked her questions, because at that time was tired and drained. So again here, Sante tells you that in 2015 decided to get herself a passport, believing that by the end of the year would meet her white husband and leave Zambia. But was like, La Bella, life is not a fair tale, because I had to wait for another 8 years. But also adds that God wanted her to heal, forgive, and learn from her mistakes before he brings another person in her life. Because often we pray to God to bring the right partner, but we ask for the right partner from God for wrong reasons. Sometimes it is just to prove a point or maybe get over your ex. Meanwhile, kept herself busy searching for a job, hunted for a job seriously. Could walk to the industrial areas from Monday to Friday, dropping her applications, and was like, Bella, finding a job in Africa is hard. And here I add, girl, you are telling me I've been through that. It's not easy. I remember one time I lost my job too, just like how it happened to Sante. And I was living in the city. I had to pay my bills. What I decided to do is to sell second-hand clothes. Walk on the streets, shop to shop, to the university's hostels to sell those clothes so that I can have food on the table and pay my bills. Meanwhile, kept on dropping my applications, and eventually I got a job. Yeah, it's not easy, but something not being easy should not make you give up, because eventually you will succeed. Whatever energy, whatever investment you're putting into it, it will pay off. On the other side, Sante's uncle started telling Sante's mom, I'm still surprised. How could Pastor John behave like that? It's not normal. Maybe Sante cheated on him and that child isn't Pastor John's child. Maybe. If it was me, dear uncle, you are cancelled in my life. Hey, after all she went through, you have the gut to say such kind of words. So Sante's mom kept on defending her from the uncle that it's not true what you're saying, but couldn't just defend her from the uncle, but also from other people that could talk bad of Sante. She really went through a lot during that time because had just lost the husband and the daughter was going through a divorce, a very tough time. Even some of the relatives could look down on them. And same period, her grandma started to get sick, was hospitalized, eventually also passed away. Oh my God, another funeral. And when this funeral happened of Sante's grandmother, Pastor John never showed up at all. So Sante started having weird dreams about Pastor John and the mother. These dreams could make her feel very anxious and worried. Eventually decided to talk to her mom. Her mom introduced her to a certain pastor, but at that time Sante was done with pastors, never believed them. But because it's the mother that introduced her, was like, anyways, let me do it just because of my mom. So yeah, Sante goes to this man of God, and that man of God, without Sante saying anything, he started telling her everything, even reminded her of her missing underwears and told her her mother-in-law and Pastor John took her underwears to do some rituals so that she can stack in life and never to work. Oh my God. This was a huge shock to Sante. If you remember, even I did a video. I think I posted that video on my Facebook account, on my page. Told you guys, break them the chains, okay? Pray. Because you might be doing things in life, but whatever you do, you are stuck. Every step you want to make to move forward, nothing. You remain at the same point. I gave you an example for you who are on the site searching, that for example, you might be out there searching, you find a guy, the guy ticks all, okay? And then comes to meet you. After meeting, the guy returns in his country, end of the story. It's not that this guy was married, no, you confirmed everything and all was, even introduced you to his relatives. Everyone knew you, some even engaged you, but things end. You go back again to the dating sites because Bella is always here encouraging you guys, keep searching. So you go back, you try to search, you find another one, all is, he comes, engages you, or he comes, pays the bride price, and then returns to his country, same story. You are not moving forward. You are still at the same point. With me, I can't tell you who is watching this video, Anna, Margaret, Monique, that life is stuck. But to you, as you, when you sit down, you think of your love story, you think of your life, how it has been going. If you see things are not moving forward, whatever you do, pray, okay? Break them, the chain cease. That is the only thing that will help you to move forward. Even Sante was able to move forward because could pray. Nothing beats prayers, guys. So at this point, Sante tells you every man of God she encountered could tell her that her husband and his mother-in-law had tied her destiny, got so angry at them, but decided to seriously pray and fast while looking for a job. But nothing seemed to change. You know, with God, He responds at His own time. Yeah, so sometimes you might be praying, fasting, but still things are the same. Don't give up and start being like, oh, God is not listening to me. One time I got a message on my Instagram and the lady was crying, angry at God, like, God, why are you not listening to my prayers? But I told that girl, stop crying, calm down, don't lose hope in God, because He will answer you at his own time.
If I know you don't know me from anywhere, but I've been watching your program now. It's been 2 years now. If you don't mind, can I talk to you for a while? Please, I just want to tell you something. Please. Why did you refuse to answer my... It's been 2 good years I've been praying to God. But you refused to answer my... You refused to answer my prayers. I've tried my best. I've tried my best. Waiting to answer my prayers. I fast. I pray day and night. But God chose to not listen to my voice. He did not listen to my voice. He refused to answer my prayer. I'm so tired. I'm frustrated.
So guys, as I was editing this video, then I came across what I said about the lady who checked me on Instagram. And the lady was crying a lot, breaking down, because had lost her job due to her boss's molestation, and also had been online for 2 years, but no success at all. So she asked me, Sis Bella, do really God exist? And if he does, maybe I'm not his favorite. Why is that? Things are so bad in my life. Why? Kept crying and crying, but I told her, yes, God exists and he listens to your prayers. You just need to keep on believing in him. Don't worry, keep looking for a job. Right now, just leave alone the dating sites, concentrate on your life, and once you find a job, you can always come back and start searching again. Because in the state that you are in now, you cannot handle online dating frustrations. You know how it can be. The struggle is real. So I advised her to just search for a job. And she told me, thank you so much, Sis Bella. I really appreciate. Yes, I'm going to just delete all the dating sites. And I remember adding that the God that brought that job that she had and then lost it will bring another one. So she shouldn't worry. And we ended like that, guys. Guess what? This weekend, she wrote me and was like, Sis Bella, thank you so much for your encouragement. May God bless you. Oh my God, she blessed me so much and gave me an update that eventually found another good job. So said, at the time I thought God had abandoned me, but he was still there with me. And I told her, yes, God is faithful. So she promised to give me her first salary due to the encouragement I gave her, you know, and everything. I was like, thank you, God, be blessed. Yeah, so let me hope this really helps someone out there to keep on believing in God, to keep pushing whatever you are going through in life. Remember, God is with you. He is watching and he will bring your breakthrough very soon. Yeah. So because Sante kept on looking for a job, eventually found this job, but tells you they were paying peanuts salary. Yeah, the salary was really small, but accepted it because of her son. Wanted to look after her son so that her son can have food on the table. It was a sales job. So on her husband's side, they were still legally married. This guy started living with a lady and it's like they were married but not legally with that lady. Eventually got her pregnant. How did Sante came to know? Their mutual friends could call her and tell her, you know, everything without putting her feelings into consideration. And that's when their mutual friends discovered or realized that Pastor John has actually been cheating on her. And with what I'm about to tell you guys, observe the red flags. Because just one red flag, no matter how small it is, if you ignore it, you will later regret. Regret. Imagine Pastor John refused his son to be registered in his name. This broke Sante so much, but tells you it was a blessing in disguise. How? You will get to know as we keep on with this story. So this time around, her son was 3 years old, took him to school, a very cheap school, because that is what she could manage, because was still struggling. So in 2017, had this friend, she was just a new friend, because when you grow, last time I was talking to one of my babies that when you grow, you get new friends. My baby is very, very, young and had some problems with her friends, and I was like, don't worry, as you grow, you get new friends, and those who just stay with you just to take advantage of you will get out of your life. Yeah. And you had that when Sante was going through a very tough time with the husband, lost friends, but later got new friends. So in 2017, got a call from this new friend of hers, and this new friend, Sante never told her anything about her wish to marry a white guy. But her friend told her that, you know what, Sante, last night I dreamt of you getting married to a white guy. Sante was shocked and realized that it is God that was reminding her who her partner was. So that's when she figured she should try online dating, because one of her workmates had her 2 sisters who got married to white guys, and they found those husbands on online dating apps and sites. That is when Sante decided to join online dating. So friends, before I end this video, I just have a push to say this. There is this thing, not all of you do it or think like this, but I've seen most ladies thinking that finding a white guy is just a simple thing. And that is why you find yourself in the hands of wrong people who take advantage of you. They'll tell you, I'm going to connect you to a white guy, pay this kind of money, you pay, and later you cry because you lose your money just like that. I've been saying, guys, please go to the dating sites. There is potential, no matter it is hard, but it is possible. I am the same girl that sat here the end of 2024, and I told you I had 100+ online dating success love stories through my guidance. So if those 100+ ladies found love online, why not you? Why should you believe someone that you don't even know how she gets those white men? Can you ask that person, how do you get those white men that you are telling me you will connect me to? Because if you're paying your money, someone should explain, things should be clear. The interracial couples that you see here on social media, you admire them, people went through a lot. A good example is of Favor. I shared Favor's love story from the beginning to the end. You saw what she went through in those 4 years. But now, looking at her on social media, maybe you follow her on her YouTube channel or you follow her on Instagram, you start being like, oh my God, I wish to have a guy like that one of Favor. Do you know what Favor went through? She went through a lot, but was determined. So you gotta be determined. You gotta believe in yourself. Keep searching. No matter who breaks your heart, eventually you will find love. I'm not saying online dating sites and apps is the only place you can find a white guy, but it has got the potential. I'm telling you all this because I love you so much. Those who listens before this year ends will be coming here to tell your success love stories, because that's how it has been happening. Someone is telling you, Bella, oh my God, when you uploaded that video, I listened to you and I was encouraged. I kept on searching. I have found the right guy. Exist those who come to me because I said, pay the guidance, I'm gonna guide you, and you feel like maybe I'm gonna chat on your behalf, I'm gonna search for you for a guy, you know, easily like that. I present to you, this is the white guy. Now talk, get married, you're going to come to Europe, or you're going to go to America, Australia, Canada, and stay with this guy easily like that. No guys, it doesn't work like that. But with my own experience, if you have enough guidance, you will find a quality guy. If you don't have enough guidance, girl, you'll find a guy, you will chat, you will feel he is the one, and you will meet, you will enjoy the goodies, go back to his country, and later you found out the guy was married, he had a wife. But if you had enough guidance to guide you step by step on that guy, you couldn't have even allowed him to come to your country to embarrass you, because apparently you even introduced him to your family. Yeah, so guidance is very, very important. Stop focusing on connect me, give me a white guy. No. Please, please. Those 100 and plus success love stories, they followed my guidance. And that's why most of them are now married. Some are in the process, you know, to join their husbands. So for today, we are going to end here. The story is still long. Next time, we are going to be getting into her online dating journey, how it went. Because if it took her 8 years to find the right guy, imagine the challenges she faced. And we will be learning from those challenges, because that is what helps us. You get experience from those challenges. Also, we will get to know how she came across that right guy, and I'll tell you at what point she became my baby, because Sante is my own baby. Yeah. Thank you so much guys for watching this video till now. I really appreciate much for your love and your support. Be blessed. Please, if you have liked this video, give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, family, everyone that you think will enjoy this video and learn something. If you haven't watched my other videos, please go watch those videos. You are going to learn a lot. Comment below what you think about this video. I would like to know. And if you have not subscribed, you have been watching this channel for so long, what are you still waiting for? Join the family, and thank you so much for subscribing. I love you so much guys. You are always here in my heart. Ciao, ciao. Mwah.